This looks a lot better than I was expecting. Now, it's important to give some clarification. My expectations were approximately Satan's bedroom levels of low. I fully expected them to roll out a game that looked like it was from the Paleolithic era, and then to see people get excited anyway. The following was all written based off the 2-minute-long teaser trailer that Overkill posted recently, and I'll have a section later discussing the information shown off in the first dev diary. When I say this looks good, what I mean is this looks like Payday 2 in another engine. And now, you might be like, well, duh, what were you expecting? But let's roll the clock back just a little bit. Payday 2 was a hugely ambitious leap from Payday the Heist. It added an entirely new way to play the game via some of the worst stealth mechanics devised by man. It added all of the inventory and skill tree systems, and it looked a lot better, subjectively. This pretty much just looks better. Oh, and there's sliding. Here's a comprehensive list of everything that is strictly new. There's a Watch Dogs hacker phone that causes cameras to discharge the EMP blast that they all come with, you know, by regulation. And you can now hold people hostage, and that's it? Oh yeah, sorry. There's also vaulting now. No, really, I'm not joking. That is literally everything new. I'm not cherry picking either. You can go watch it for yourself. You can already hit people with your weapon button Payday 2, and sliding is basically an actual gameplay mechanic equivalent to the cheesy crouch jump dive, and that's in Payday 2 already. The trailer's sound design is also just really weird. I don't know if this is just me being nitpicky, but there are no in-game sound effects for the entire first minute of the trailer. There's just slow build-up from Gustavo Coutinho, who has been doing tracks for Overkill for the last 5 years or so. His tracks aren't bad at all. Hell, the one from Black Cat is probably one of the best Payday tracks ever, but the guy is not Simon. I'm sure they'll be good, but it's hard to reach the insane level that Simon reached 10 years ago, and we've had all that time to listen to his music on repeat. That actually segues nicely into another point, which is that I've seen all this before. I've played Payday. I've played a fucking lot of it. There ain't shit new here, Chief. Now, to be fair, Payday 2's engine is its biggest problem. I think I speak for everyone when I say that thank fuck Diesel is gone, but if you're expecting me to shell out another, Jesus Christ, $90! If you want $90 of money, you gotta give $90 worth of game. Now, you can say that $50 of that goes into the Season Pass, which frankly is insane, considering that's more than the asking price of the base game, but even if we take the base $40 edition, it doesn't really look like there's more here than Payday 2, but another one. Ask yourself, what is going to be in this game that couldn't have been in Payday 2? Well, the new engine is the big hitter, but if it's the same game underneath, then you may as well have just installed a texture pack for all that it actually matters. Like, wow, the animations look like they're from a game released this decade instead of from the fucking PS2. And though they try to hide it by never putting a close-up of someone's face in the entire trailer, you can tell pretty clearly that people still look like they're made of gelatinous clay rather than human features. I talked a while ago about wanting Payday 3 to take inspiration more from Payday the Heist rather than 2. Payday the Heist levels were grandiose adventures that resembled classic heist movies with crazy plans that dramatically go awry and force the heisters to improvise.
What? Is he high or something?
Payday 2 starts with Jewelry Store. It took literal years to get a heist on that level. The first one was probably Shadow Raid or Big Bank. Payday 3 is back to Corner Store banks. The rest of what I wanted from Payday the Heist, we don't know if it's there yet. I wanted better sound design, more interactive dialogue, and slower paced combat. But, using my incredible powers of deduction and reasoning, I can conclude that as this trailer tried to give me epilepsy, something about that makes me doubt that it's going to try to be more subtle. I've mentioned before that I wanted more blending between stealth and loud, and I'm honestly amazed to say that this has been announced. From what we know so far based off the first dev diary video, sounds like they're adding 2 new phases on top of just stealth and loud. There's stealth, searching, negotiations, and then full-on loud. Searching is the one I'm looking forward to the most, and is similar to my loud stealth suggestion. I really hope this is more than just guards having different patrol paths. I really want to see stuff like SWAT getting called in to clear the level of players, acting as a new set of guards. New level hazards and, like, things being introduced would be great, and not just having guards walk around more. Negotiations seems like a really fancy way of saying control, and will likely be pretty boring and samey in every level. Hostages are basically useless in 2, as you can get a cop to cuff themselves in 2 seconds flat, so unless that gets removed, this entire phase will be largely pointless. Most of what I'm hoping for is based on flavor. I want to see the heisters converse, to comment, and debate on what to do. I want to see, probably Locke, have exchanges with the crew instead of just talking at them. I also want to see the cops expanded on as characters. They have the budget for plenty of voice actors now. Hell, they added 20 minutes of voice lines for Russians that only show up in one heist, and I'd love to see, you know, cop voice lines actually become audible, with all the funny effects from the heist applied to them as well. There's so many voice lines in 2 that are excellent. Every single special except the shield has really good VO, and yet the only one you ever hear is the cloaker. This is less, I want better voice direction, and more, please just hire a sound designer. Payday 2 already has all of the amazing voice work, you just don't get to hear any of it because the sound mixing is fucked. Obviously you can't have Simon come back anymore, but just get someone? Oh, yeah. They also released an update to Payday 2 as well, which totally fucked matchmaking, which is pretty funny, honestly. The rest of the stuff people are complaining about, like mods not working, is pretty standard fare for every single update the game has ever received. The egregious one is them entirely bricking Linux support, which is honestly hilarious considering the sequel is 3 months out. All in all, I think people overreacted pretty intensely, but as Payday 2 is about to become entirely irrelevant in, 3 months, I don't care. What's extra funny though, is people complaining about microtransactions in Game 3 when the DLC page for 2 has looked like this for 10 years. Tomorrow, I'll release a full review of Payday 2, including all 4 of my videos on it. Looks like I ended up making 4 videos after all, just like I originally planned. Now, did you know that YouTube pays creators more ad revenue for videos over 8 minutes long? I'm not bringing this up for any, relevant reason, of course, nor would I be one of those people that brings up subscriber percentages. That's just not the kind of creator that I am. In quite possibly the most tenuous connection I could make, to not totally stretch the time ever so slightly, next week I'll probably be talking about John Wick Hex. He's a member of the Payday gang, so it's relevant. It's actually surprisingly good, though just like Payday, far, far, far from perfect. I would definitely recommend it to the tactically minded, though. I'll also be releasing my personal Payday 2 mix on my second channel, which I listened to a few hundred times while making these videos. Thanks to my patrons, you're all quite wonderful people. Love you all, and good night. That being said, I'm going to contradict myself completely now and buy the full game.